Hello everyone. Uh, My name is Yvonne. I'm from the graphic design and media major, and I'm a freshman leader for Binusyan 2024. I'll be your MC for today. So, how is everyone? I hope everyone is healthy and staying safe, and I hope that everyone is motivated throughout this orientation week as well and staying online. And I can't wait to meet everyone in person again. So I hope everyone um, enjoys their experience for this session. Um, so before we get started, let's open with a prayer. Please pray according to your beliefs. Um, Josephine from Graphics Design and New Media will be leading your prayer in the Christian belief.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Joe. I'm going to, as Yvonne said, I'm going to pray with according to my religion, that is Christianity, but feel free to pray according to yours. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your blessing that you have gathered us here today to start this session. Please bless us and our speakers so that everything could go smoothly. And also, please guide us in your ways so that we may glorify your name through our actions and words. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Josephine, for leading our prayer. Before we start our session, we'll be having a 5-minute icebreaker game. And so this game is, what I prepared is a riddle, a pun riddle. So all of you guys will have a time limit and you'll be answering them in the chat box. You'll be given 1 minute to answer them, okay? So is everyone ready? Make sure you answer it in the chat box, okay? All right. So the first question. So what day does an Easter egg hate the most? You have 1 minute to think about the answer. What day does an Easter egg hate the most? So your 1 minute starts now. Okay, most of you guys answered it correctly. Yes, it's Friday. Oh, one of them answered November. Why November though? Oh, okay. Interesting answers, everyone. Yes, the correct answer is Friday. Good job. Okay, on to the next one. So what did the cab driver wear to the ball? What did the cab driver wear to the ball? Your 1 minute starts now. Wow, you guys are really good at this, aren't you? Yes, the answer is tuxedo. Oops. The next one is, so what do elves learn in school? What do elves learn in school? Your 1 minute starts now. Hey, that was quick. Who did that? How did you? All right. No, not Pancasila. The answer is alphabet. Get it? Alphabet. So for the next one, so what do you call a fish with no eye? What do you call a fish with no eye? Guys, how did you do that? That's so quick. Amazing. Okay. On to the next one. And it'll be the last one, okay? So what is a runner's favorite subject in school? What is a runner's favorite subject in school? Start now. No. No. Marathon? No. Computer science? No. Homeroom? Indonesian? Geography? No. Geography is close. Geography is close. Think again. Oh, wait. Someone answered correctly. Who said geography? Geography. Okay. Yes, that's the answer. Okay, that's the end of our ice breaking games. So today we'll be discussing about the brief from lectures and academic development, and briefing from the operation, and briefing from the library and knowledge center section. The speakers we have for today is Miss Tatum Sharifah Adiningrum, SIP, MED, PhD. And for the speaker of operation manager, we have Mr. Ahmad Seji Ramadan, SEMM. And the speaker for briefing the library and knowledge center section is Head Yogi Swara Jamika, SSOS. SSOS, yeah.
You guys, you unmute me.
Did I say it wrong? I'm so sorry.
No,
that's fine.
That's just us messing around. We always do that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Guys, today.
Hello everyone. My name is Tatum. You can call me Ibu Tatum. And with me is
It's not moving.
Why is not
Fail.
moving?
We have a camera here.
Yeah. So that's Ahmad Seji Ramadan. You can call him Pak Seji because if you call him Sir Seji, I will be protesting because you call me Miss Tatum. Well, I'm Miss and he's a Sir. If you want to call him a Sir, then I'm Lady Tatum.
And you
Okay.
don't want Lady Tatum.
Okay, I'm a lecturer at international business, so at sometimes you will meet me during your study period. And
It's actually the same with me. I'm serving under international business, but sometimes I do cross programs a lot. So you might be meeting me in other courses as well. Yeah, both of us from business school, right? So you can see it from our, I don't know, clothes, polo shirt.
business school.
Oh no!
Okay, so we're just excited because this is the first time in months that we can be in a classroom anymore.
True.
So usually we just do Zoom in our desktops. But enough of the excitement.
Your mask.
Look at your mask.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, so today about how to learn in higher education. But I reckon that all of you has 12 years experience of learning anyway. So we'll just do a bit of discussion on what's the difference between learning in university and in high school. Okay, so previously I asked for 8 names that will support my discussion today. Can the FL give me the names of the freshmen representing their programs?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have from my major we have Ramadan.
What? GDMM Ramadan.
There are
What the heck?
there are from GDNM.
Yep.
Okay.
We remember. No worries, Mila.
Well, I'm so sorry. That's his actual name is. Wait, let me type it. I don't want to mispronounce.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay, Zikri Ramadan.
Yeah. For the other majors, can you guys mention who's your freshman that you picked?
From BMM, Kevin, miss.
Okay.
BMM.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
Who else?
Just still going. So please.
Or can the FL just type in the chat the names of?
Sure. Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do today is a little bit of simulation of what you're going to see when you have video conference in classroom. So we're using this camera, and you can see all the boards. And example, I've written something on the board, so we can initiate a discussion. Yep, and you can see me as well, and you can have a little bit more overview of the classroom.
And by the way, these all are your classroom, guys. So yeah, you'll be meeting your classroom hopefully soon enough.
Yeah. So, but what is more important is not the simulation in the classroom, but how is learning going to be delivered in higher education. So this is a sample of a typical interaction between lecturers and students in the classroom, in which we will be basing more on discussion and question and answer instead of one-way talking. Okay, so we have.
I just handle this. Sorry.
Yeah. No, so we have Abigail, Kevin, Audrey, Bernard, Davin, Zikri, Graciela, and Brian. Brian or Brian? Okay. Could you please unmute these people, these students? So, because there are so many of you, so we've selected one for representing each of the program, but the rest of you can also jump into the discussion, typing in the chat, okay? So I'm going to ask several questions here. Okay, so my first question is, ini preset bro.
That one is one.
Yeah.
Can you see it? No, you have to
So
zoom.
I have
Oops, that one is there. Sorry, you're still green on this finance.
Okay, so we have some questions here. First of all, can any of you brainstorm with me? What are the differences? What do you expect to be the differences between learning in high school and in university? Okay, Abigail?
I think the difference between learning in high school and university would be it's university is more free, I guess.
More free
Like,
independence?
yeah, it's more independent to us.
Okay. Freedom to what in terms of learning?
Like setting your own it's less strict with like homeworks, like there's wider deadlines, stuff like that.
Okay, so I will put that as less structure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about Kevin? What do you think is the differences between high school and university learning? Kevin from BMM.
Yes, it's
Yes.
much free. I think free and there's much more like diverse, like more students from different backgrounds, from
Okay.
different ethnicity. Yeah,
So diversity, more
Yes.
diversity. Yeah. So
diverse.
you might have friends coming from out of town instead of only from around the area. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Or even other countries.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. One more. Yeah, and you will also meet international students actually.
Yep.
Audrey, one more from Audrey.
I feel like learning in university means you get treated as an adult, therefore you have control of what you want to learn. And yeah, I guess that's it. And what you study, basically, you're in control.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Like
Okay. Now some of you talking about freedom and independence. Can you give me more ideas of what is your interpretation of independent in high school, in university?
in university.
Okay, Ryan from PIS. What is your interpretation of freedom or independence?
Brian, you there?
Where is he?
Ryan.
Brian. For Brian?
Or Devin from fashion?
Yes, I think independent is when students are proactive enough to ask teachers what materials they're going to study and stuff like that.
Okay, so engage with lecturers, being active. Okay, I'll take that.
That's good.
Is that Devin?
That's David from fashion.
Okay, Graciela from finance. What's your interpretation? Graciela.
Oh yeah,
Yes. What's your interpretation of freedom or independence in university?
I guess independent in university is like you're the one who, if you don't submit your project or something on time, it's your choice. It's not your teacher is gonna tell you.
Okay.
Interesting.
You need to
Responsibility.
be independent on yourself.
So responsibility and choice. I like that. I like that.
You can use one.
But I don't like my markers. Okay. Responsibility and choice. Very good. Okay, my next question is, what makes you excited to be in a university? Are you excited to be a university?
To have a freedom.
To have the freedom.
To have the freedom.
We heard this word a lot.
lot.
I cannot be spoiled by my mom, my maid, and my dad.
Okay.
That's good.
Growing up.
Yeah, growing up. That's also.
Growing up, maturity. Okay. What
Yes.
about, let's go back to Brian. Is Brian now
You haven't
ready?
asked Zikri.
Wait. Brian,
Brian, you back?
not there. Zikri Ramadan?
Yes.
Yes.
What makes me excited about learning in university is, as what the previous ones mentioned, it's diversity. I think it's really exciting to meet people from many different backgrounds, etc.
Okay. Very, very good. So you are excited about meeting new people. You're excited to be treated as adult and not as kids anymore. Okay. Let's see.
And now, preset one.
Preset
One.
one.
Yep.
Next
Alright.
question is study said. Should I be here?
Yeah, you should be there. Okay, that's the one.
Study said that first year university have lower retention than the following years, meaning that there are more students failing or more students not continuing after the first year of university. Why is that, do you think? Audrey? Just, what do you think about it? Brainstorm with me.
Audrey? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I feel like the first year is where these students adapt, or maybe they start to have realizations that that's probably not the major they're aiming for, or hopefully not though. They're probably failing their courses, and then they have lack of quality time with the teachers, and then yeah, they start to realize that that's not the major they want. So
Okay. They're in adaptation stage and maybe
yeah.
maybe not finding their calling.
Okay, it's quite unique.
Okay.
We haven't heard from IS or CS. I think CS has also Bernard. We want to hear from
Oh
Bernard.
yeah, sorry. So yeah, Bernard, what do you think? Bernard from computer science.
Yep.
And if others want to jump
Yeah,
in,
by the
you
way,
can do in the chat.
sorry.
So I can see what you
I'm manning the chat, so no worry at all.
So Asaiti is on the chat. But I would like to hear from Bernard and Ryan.
CSIS.
CS and Ryan. Come on, guys.
I think that some people actually find a job, or at least they found something that they love to do, or something because many of people from Indonesia have financial problems, and usually they prefer to work rather than pursuing their academy, and therefore they choose to drop out earlier from their university.
Okay. It's good, Bernard. Oh.
Good. So I put that as maybe a change of heart, or maybe they're obliged to do something else due to the situation. Okay. Now, I would like to know, what do you think is going to be your strategy to survive the first year? Let's hear from Abigail and Kevin.
One would be good time management, miss.
Nice.
Yeah. Because we tend to especially in university, because we have so much time, we think that we have a lot of time to do everything, but it ends up piling up.
Yes.
That's good. Wow.
What about you, Kevin? What do you think is your strategy to
Oh.
manage the first year?
Brigita mentioned responsibility. There's another one. Yep.
Okay, being responsible.
Sorry to cut you, Kevin. Sorry. Just reading here.
Kevin? Yes, Kevin.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
So, Kevin?
Making our own like agendas, and then like making friends. So
Making.
So, call them organization. Okay.
And Azi Umar also mentioned a balance. What do you mean by balance?
Balance.
Brian's also add study method. Oh, this is good.
Study method. Okay.
Developing a concrete study plan. Oh, Mabel.
Study plan.
Oh, you should be working for Binus, I think.
Okay, I don't like your markers.
Oh, sorry. I love this one from Zaki. Discipline sort your study plan. It's not only about the study plan, but your discipline.
Okay,
Oh, I
discipline.
like it.
Good time management. Motivation. Persistent.
Persistent. What do you mean by resistant?
Discipline. Okay. Now, my last question will be, now that you have to spend your first semester in online environment, what do you think is your strategy to get social learning? Meaning that learning is not individual venture. Learning is done in a setting, like you are going to be with your cohort, with the batch, in a virtual classroom. It's hard sometimes to get connected in virtual classroom, but learning is done best when you learn with someone else. What do you think will be your strategy to learn socially? Okay, can we hear from Graciela and Daphne again?
The strategy.
I guess we need to get used to the online class right now.
But Liana, you're in a new
Setting, a new environment.
New place. So what do you think you can do to know someone else, to learn with other people?
Brian from IS, the one ini is eliminate distractions. Oh.
Eliminate distractions.
Ooh, what are your distractions then, Brian? It's interesting.
Good. How can you make friends?
Oh.
Because university, especially in Binus International, we rely a lot on group work.
Oh, I love these both from Naja and Brigita. Yeah, it's like joining external group, how to make a friend.
Okay, join external group.
Yep. And from Brigita is also good. I love this. Study on a table, not in bed. See, we cannot teach from bed. I told you. And focus, make a reminder. Oh, I love them.
Okay, these are all good stuff.
Wow.
Okay, so now that you have brainstorm, let's put them all together.
Yep. Preset one.
Reset one.
Five. Sorry, my bad. Yay!
Okay, thank you. That was an excellent brainstorming activity.
Yay!
Yay.
Love it.
Okay.
Seriously love it. Not kidding.
So it's true that many students find first year a bit intimidating,
Yeah.
or difficult, or too good to be true,
Or awkward.
or awkward. So there are many issues of first year students adapting and maybe find it that they cannot perform as well as they were in high school, because the structure of high school learning and university learning is quite different. In high school, that you are in quite a rigid structure. You go in a certain time between maybe say 8 to 3 o'clock.
9 to 5.
Yeah, and then in between you have a schedule that moves you from one activity to another. You're given homework. You're given a set of textbooks. Maybe you are given some LKS. I don't know if LKS is still
That's so
exists.
jadul, man.
Yeah, if you're in a public high school, they still use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then your teachers will be with you all the time, and you have wali class, right? That's not happening in university. So we will give you schedule. After the pandemic, assume that we are back in campus. We'll give you schedule, and your schedule maybe you will spend 2 days in campus and 3 days at home, or 3 days whenever you want to be. But then you will say, oh, 3 days, I'm doing nothing. So let's do something, party, going to mall, cafes, open a online shop, something like that.
That's a good thing.
And then the risk is that because 1 credit in university means 1 hour of classroom attendance, but also 1 hour of independent study. That is what the government has already determined. So when the structure is becoming loose, then many students find it a little bit difficult to adopt, and they play hard but not work hard. That is quite a common. That happens quite common. Yeah. So you don't feel ashamed, or don't feel, oh, this is not me, or I don't want to admit to my parents that I got low GPA. No, this is part of adaptation. But I just want you to realize that differences do exist between high school and university. But also you need to calculate the impact of failing, or the impact of underperformance in the first year, especially if you are planning to do your study overseas. If you are doing 3+1 or 2+2. Because if you want to go to these universities overseas, then they have a minimum GPA requirement or minimum grades. And also, there are a set of courses that you need to take before you can apply to do your study overseas. So, failing might impact to you're going later than your plan for your part of the study overseas.
Yep.
So that's one consequence. But of course, we quite understand that university life needs adjustment, and we're going to make it as easy as it can for you. Okay?
I think you might want to zoom in.
Yeah. So I would like to be a bit naughty and show you this.
Zoom.
Okay. So there's a theory of level of teachers, right? Teachers have 3 levels. Level 1 teachers is the one who blames the students for everything that went wrong.
Anaknya sih.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like, what?
That students hopeless.
Yeah, and those kind of things.
So that kind of mentality is to blame the students. I know everybody that came to my class,
unwise indeed.
they're not good, they're lazy, they're not motivated. That mentality is blame the students. But on level 2, there are lecturers or teachers who have this mentality, blame the teachers. If students not doing well, it's my fault. So they try to entertain you. They
bring snacks to the classroom.
snacks to the classroom.
They cannot do that. Not under my supervision.
They play videos every 2 minutes. So you're not falling asleep and dozing, and you keep you keep motivated. But that's not necessarily the best approach, because it might not be relevant. They just want you to be happy and energized in the class. But the third one is activating the students. So through a structured activities, then the lecturers or the teachers will ask you to do things even that you don't want to do it, because you need to do it to be able to pass. So this approach will ask you to do your share in the learning process. And this is where we want all lecturers to be in Venus International.
Yep.
Right? But on the other hand, that's the teacher's perspective. On the other hand, there's this student's perspective, the level of students, right? So there's the students who always blame the teachers. Guru gue nggak bisa ngajar, okay? My teacher's too strict. My teacher's is very, very stingy.
My teacher is tattoo. Oh, sorry. Maaf ya.
Yeah. So he mumbles in the classroom and things like that. So that's blame the teachers. They don't want to take responsibility of their own failure. Okay. Okay. And then the level 2 is blame others, right? Iya, teman-teman saya ngajakin main terus ya. Blame the game, blame other people, blame the situation. Oh, because it's online learning, I'm not motivated. My house is very noisy. My dog keeps barking. My nephew or niece that stays in my house crying all the time. I cannot concentrate. That's blame others. But still, you're not taking responsibility of your own learning, but at least you're not blaming the teachers. Okay? What we want you to do is to be at level 3, in which you are activated by the lecturers. You need to have motivation, yes, but you need to do your assignment, assessment, class participation wholeheartedly. Put interest to your classes, because we make sure that we have the best lecturers. All of our lecturers have been selected well, and make use of them. Ask them questions, engage them. If you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask them. But that's not the only one. Also, if you have, you went to my class. If you go to my class, then you need to make efforts to buy the book, to get the material, and stuff like that. Okay? So that's all for me.
Yep.
Now over to...
So it's my time, actually. I just try to translate all of those materials given from Miss Tatum. Thank you so much, by the way, Miss Tatum. Yeah. By the way, guys, this is just another demo. So there we go. I know that I can always just... Where's the remote? Okay, I'm sorry. We're old. It's like, why my remote? So, okay, all right. Obviously, I can share screen anytime I want, but then again, I'm sorry, I just want to use the following method. This is also another method that, for instance, I can just show you. I'm here. So, I don't know. So, I can... Oh, why are you moving? Sorry. Actually, so I'm here, but then again, I can always share my screen. This is just a little bit of a, how do I say, demonstration. You can see the whole screen, and I can just focus on, I don't know, which one you want to see. Obviously, this one. We're just going to introduce you a little bit about the multi-channel learning that's being implemented in Venus University International. Okay, long story short, these are our method in order to facilitate you guys in learning better in a, obviously, university setting, but quote-unquote, under the new normal. All right? So first thing first, I'm sorry about that. So let me just move on. Hopefully, just try another method here. I'm in my desk, in the lecturer desk, but then again, hopefully you can see better for my presentation, right? So there we go. Wait, by the way, my session, you can just ask or cut anytime if you want, or you can just type in. I think Mr. Tung can also help. Can you help me in manning that one? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I bet you've heard about it several times from other lecturers, from other stations. But what is it anyway? The multi-channel learning. It's the asynchronous versus asynchronous learning. Oh my, big words. But then again, okay, seriously, what is it? No, seriously, just give it simple. There we go. We have asynchronous. That means you and your lecturer in this context, and your friend usually, you're actually learning at the same time. That's why we call it synchronous. What does it mean, sir? So that means, I don't know, I just have some picture here. So that means, yes, as simple as a VCon on the current situation. So other than VCon, obviously a face-to-face class, or even teleconference through the WA group. Seriously, some of the lecturers, including me, we use that kind of method. Even Discord. I've been using a Discord a lot lately, so sometimes we can use those kind of things. On the other hand, asynchronous means, there we go, that hopefully those are the freedom or the independence in a university setting that you can implement. So I don't understand. What does it mean? That means the lecturer will give you a task or an assignment, usually no class for that week, but then again, you'll be given time, usually another week, yeah, so it's a full week or even more, to do some of the tasks and assignment. There we go. Under our, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I love this kind of a setting. It's like in a professional life, in a real life work, yeah, you can actually have that kind of a method. Yes, oh, I know. I'm just giving an example. Okay, so then again, we came up with something. How do I say? Mr. Tung already mentioned previously. So what is it, sir? Is it because the Corona thing again? Well, not always because of this thing. No, actually, the whole multi-channel learning method, we've been using it in BINUS, some of it, even before the pandemic. But then again, we try to improvise or improve a little bit more. So it's like, we just try to showcase some of the new or a different learning method or mode in that context. Okay, obviously the one that's legal. Okay, so it's actually accredited, so you know it. We're wearing that WSESB for the BBS, those kind of a thing. So all this learning mode is obviously being double checked, yeah. And then we try to challenge you, yeah, in a more flexible setting in your learning. In any way, you're already in a university level. You're not a high schooler anymore. And the last one is also important, engage you to actually try to convey your opinion and thought on a different setting or a method. It's also important. Sometimes we do understand that some students, I don't know, in a class, I have a very shy student in my class. Yeah, they never, but I just said it. They never actually answer my question in class. But when we move the setting into, back then it was using a discussion forum, and also I'm using, I think it's also in Zoom. They become very, very active. Or even during the mid-exam, final exam, they actually show a very good score compared to the other. But in my class, in the face-to-face mode, they weren't that, how do you say, outstanding, honestly speaking. So in that context, we have Miss Tatum previously. Can you show your face again, Miss Tatum? Yeah. So Miss Tatum is actually, how do I say this? She's the queen of our design. She might not look like that, but then again, she's the one who designed the whole curriculum here in BINUS Senayan, BINUS International, including the master program. In that sense, if you have any problem with the curriculum, blame her. Not just kidding. So
it's Lady Tatum.
We're actually introducing the following 3 methods in a simple way. So what's new? These 3 methods within our BINUS International. The first one is a video conference. I just tried to put it in a very simple way. So can you give us the slide? Can you give us more information about these 4 activities? You know what? Ms. Tatum already prepared a very good and detailed video for that. It will be blessed by the Senayan student service later on, or the info service, yeah, for the student service. No worry, there will be a detailed video about this. This is just introduction. Other than that, there will be a lot of material be given to you regarding this new learning method, especially during the pandemic. But then again, First thing first, we have the VC. That VC code means the video conference, we have two types, on campus or off campus. So on campus, this is like what we're having today. I'm here in front of you guys talking in your classroom. I'm going to say it again, this is your classroom, guys. FX campus, some of them is even more beautiful. GWC also awesome. Yeah, but yes, seriously, I love the setting here. They cannot see it, but it's very good classroom in my opinion. But then again, you will experience it later on. But the main idea, VCon or on-campus video conference is something that looks like today. And we also have what we call as VCOF. I know bad naming, blame Tatu. We call that video conference off campus. That means the lecturer will give you material outside of the classroom. So you'll be seeing me in my Hawaiian shirt usually on my home studio. Seriously, you will understand what I meant. I'm going to use that purple backdrop that all everyone's been complaining about, but I don't care. Okay, so the second one, we have what we call as OL or online learning. This is also an interesting thing. We're going to share all of the lecturer, the whole material will be available in Venus Maya later on. We're going to share some video-based learning. So what the heck is that? So it's like a video that you need to watch before the lecturer who are going to give you a discussion. What kind of discussion, sir? I know it's a little bit outdated, but if you remember about the discussion forum and those kind of forum, yeah, we're going to do that kind of a setting under Venus Maya again. So you find material, you try to, you watch the material, and later you do the activities or task based on that video. It can also be something else, but then again, the main idea, this is what we call as the online learning. This is a very perfect example of what we mentioned as asynchronous learning previously. What does it mean, sir? That means, for example, me as a lecturer, I gave you the material on Wednesday, and then you have the whole week until next Tuesday to do it whenever you're in the mood. Okay, look, seriously, come on, let me level with you guys. I mean, for example,
In the mood.
Yeah, I always do that. I mean, on Wednesday, I say, I'm not really in the mood. So it's like, you know what? It's better for me to, I don't know, hunt for some crown in Fall Guys or just play more gacha games or just play those Honkai things. So I don't know, whatever you're into. But then again, or just catching up with the Netflix or the Disney Plus. Hey, Disney Plus in Asia, okay, those kind of a thing. You just follow those activities. And then you know what? On Tuesday, not in the mood again. That's all right. You still have time. But then again, you realize, okay, you know what? It's Friday or even here weekend. Weekend, very late at night, and then you just feel like, you know what? I want to join that discussion. Okay, let's check. Okay, they gave me my submission. Okay, I'll do it on, let's say, Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. You're back in the mood, so you just do it again and upload it on Monday. You know what? That's what we meant by asynchronous learning. You try to learn it using your own pace. Last but not least, there's also what we call as voice conference-based assignment. This is like a combination between the VC and the OL. So, sir, can you go more detailed? Yeah, you know what? Let's just recap very shortly about this kind of method. So this is a VCon on campus or off campus. I have explained to you guys about this, and yes, it can be super fun. No kidding, guys. Okay, so the guys there is they might not look very happy. No, just kidding. My IB students, and I think that's right?
Because it's your student.
No,
they're not happy.
they love me, but they don't love that lecturers there. Sorry about that. Censor, no recording. Nice. So these guys are totally my students. Okay, but then again, when we're making a debate class, they actually dress up in their something they have chosen, and then they use a funky background. So you can see it here. Jason is from the States. I think Jason is an Australian, right?
Yeah.
So Jason, but he's actually representing America, USA back then. I forgot. Yeah. And then we have Billy's. I think he's using what I forgot. He was from the Middle Eastern, something like that. Obviously. But that can be fun. No kidding. But then again, you guys, please remember, when you actually doing a VCon, whether it's a VCon on campus, off campus, whatever they call it, please make sure you're actually, how to say it? You have to say it as if you're going to a real class, guys. Seriously, you're going to a real class. So in this context, please try to dress up a bit. I don't know. It doesn't have to be dressed up, but you don't want to have your muka bantal or you have just like your early morning face or even grab just in front of your phone or your laptop. Seriously, guys. And then please also turn on your webcam, yeah, or other cam that you're using. Sometimes my students, they use the mic using their phone, but the webcam is somewhere else. Please do that. Yeah. And then turn off your mic when you're not speaking. That's the basic, how do you say, courtesy in the Peakon anyway. And we also want to say to you guys, don't ever do drive and class. Seriously. It's very important. Don't do that drive and class. No.
In my class, if you do that, no attendance.
No attendance, yeah, same from me. It's just for your own safety. And don't tell me it never happened. I've seen a lot. So please don't do that. Not only for my bachelor student, even some master, and we don't want that. Never do that. And also, some addition, don't do games and class, Fall Guys session alongside with your lecturer doing something, PUBG or just COD is not wise, honestly speaking. And to recap all, what? We don't like them? What? I think something's missing there. Okay, I just say that we don't like your, like that, it was like, I put it what? What do you call it? When you sleep using, I forgot the name. Oh, we don't like your duster. Seriously, some students actually wearing a duster or something. Oh, don't, pajamas. No, don't do that. Or even some smaxy thing. It's not a place. This is a real class, by the way, guys. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it there. And then your absence is based on your attendance on that Peakon session, as Ms. Satom already mentioned. So sometimes, even, for example, me as a lecturer, if you don't show your face, sometimes I know that you might not be around. So I might not give you your absence. But be very cautious about that. Moving on, we also have the second one, is a PCA. So PCA, what the heck is that? There we go. If you are actually noticing, some of you have a big SU courses such as 6 or 8 SU. So what does it mean? Does that mean a daily Peakon and homework? Because you know if 1 hour is 1 SU, right? So time to panic. Not really. Seriously, guys. No. So Ms. Tatum already designed what we call as PCA. This is also an important aspect of this online learning or multi-channel. Why? Because in here, what we are going to do is actually, it's like a regular Peakon, it's like a regular Zoom. But then again, a lot of students came to me, especially from programs such as fashion, graphic design, CSIS, okay? They tend to actually, this is reality, it's not only about complaint. They actually complain to us saying that too many homework, take home assignment. So we try to cater that by having a PCA. What does it mean, sir? It's a Zoom session, but it's in a workshop mode. That being said, you come to the classroom, the lecturer will actually give you a structured assignment, and get this, it's due on that day. Okay? It's due on that day. That means no take-home assignment and no homework for you. And don't get us wrong. Sir, but I'm doing a fashion. There is a menjahit or stitching or what do you call it? Sewing class. I cannot do that. It's a lab session. No. We're going to also install a different type of a camera. It's what we call as Lumens Dashcam. You can actually see your hand, see your lecturer's hand doing those kind of sewing or those kind of hand activities. No, not that kind of hand activities, but I mean practicum-based type of an activities. So it's quite interesting, seriously. Okay, so she's laughing. Don't laugh at me. Come on, I didn't say anything straight. Yeah, but then again, that's an example. Okay, so this is a way for us to help you in order to tackle those surge or tsunamis of homework. Okay, so hopefully, it's also a good thing for you. It's like just do it in a Peakon class together with your friend, live. Okay, something like that. All right, so just move on to the last one. It's an OL. OL is a video-based learning and video discussion forum. We have discussed about it. So first thing first, where can I find them? All of those are available in Venus Maya. There will be another section regarding Venus Maya, and we also have how to use Venus Maya video is being uploaded. You can get it later on. So no worry. But then again, what should I do? You have to find a course in your weekly schedule. Check Venus Maya later on. Identify the one actually being labeled as OL. That means you won't be having any class that day. But then again, no, Peakon class. You won't be having any Peakon class, sorry about that. But then again, that means your attendance will be based on your forum reply. So no posting, don't repost. But at least no posting or just replying, just saying pertama segan. Hi sir, first, second, third. No, that won't be counted. But then again, if you actually post in reply to the lecturer's material on that forum, you're going to be considered as well, available. Yeah, attend to that session and that time. Okay. So in short, you really need to have a little bit of strategy here in this context. The forum open on Wednesday until it's closed on Tuesday next week. That means it's better for you to frequently try to check your schedule on Venus Maya. Seriously, you need to double check your Venus Maya. Sometimes it's quite fun in my opinion. I don't know about you guys. It's quite fun for me to jump into a random discussion on a Discord, IG, or whatever you want. All right. So yes, without further discussions, so I think that's all from me. But then again, I think we have to walk the talk. Yeah. All this time, me and Tatum, we've been discussing about how to activate and engage you. Now we try. Now we just try it a little bit by. You guys know Kahoot? All right. What about if we play some Kahoot games?
Kahoot.com ya?
Yep. No, Kahoot.it. So all of you guys, please open Kahoot.it from your mobile, cell, laptop, or whatever you want. All right. So I think Mr. Tatum, you want to? Can you show me your camera setting? It should be on me for now.
I don't know.
It's alright. It's already on me. All right. So you guys, I want you guys to play a Kahoot game. I have prepared it, so we just need to run it. Just like 5 minutes Kahoot games. It's not a long game anyway. So yes, first thing first, please do this. I don't know. Hopefully you have played these games before. It's quite fun, Kahoot. So you know what? Please open Kahoot.it and use the game pin. You don't have to download the apps. I know, I hate it. Especially because my phone is already been like, I don't know, filled with those jokes from my line, IG, Pepega semua. So anyway, whatever. So please open www.kahoot.it. Yeah, we have enabled that.
840. 840.
Okay, so the pin is 840-4585. Oh, we have 3 players so far. Come on, I want to see everyone.
Okay.
Come on, it's a fun game. It's not really a competition. You can use crazy names there. I don't know what, but a lot of my students usually say like, "Whoa, I love that." The slimy face. Do. Okay, so I know it's in the morning, but then again, yes, please try to be civil. I love that Oka. Ooh, I love the skeletons. Come on, 77. Ooh. Whoa.
Come on.
We're going to play the Kahoot. It's actually in regards of my previous material, but it doesn't have to be like perfect answer or correct. It's just for fun. But I want to show you how a lecturer usually engage you in class. And yes, honestly speaking, Ms. Tatum and I, we personally use a lot of Kahoot in our classes after our session, just to ensure not only that you're not away, you're not away from your, how do I say it? You're not away from your camera or your laptop during my Zoom VCon.
And you're not sleeping.
Yep, we know that method, by the way. You take an avatar of connecting and you put it connecting. One of the old lecturers actually asking me, "Sir," I say, "Chi, I think my student having a problem." And I said, "Oh my God, that's the avatar." They got her, seriously. Okay, or even, "Sir, discussion forum Venus Maya is so old, so old-fashioned." For example, you have your, I don't know, your brother, your sister, your cousin have been in Venus before, and then you mentioned, and then they all mention, "No, Venus Maya forum is old. It's been used before." You know what? Now it's being fully reactivated again. We're using a video in order to complement the forum discussion. So hopefully it's something better. The Venus Maya forum is not a new thing. But then again, yes, you want to start. Meet you. Hello. Oh, Kang Asep. Kang Asep. Pasti Irma nih, Kang Asep. You guys ready? I'm about to start. Oh no, it's still adding, no? You guys ready? Okay, sorry. I have a Billy Ellis. Wait. Oh, everyone's still playing. Okay. I will just wait another, I don't know, 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. And let's see. Okay, so back to GG attitude. Okay, let's get. Oh, Pepega, I haven't found it. Okay, whatever. So we're going to start at 100. Oh, naik lagi. 192. Okay, hopefully. Oh, 193, 94. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. All right. So please double check your phone for the answer, but the questions it will be there. Why multi-channel learning? Bam.
Oh, I don't think they can see.
Just to use your phone somewhere else.
Enggak, ini jawabannya
Zoom.
Sorry.
Zoom.
Oh, my bad. I think they can see it, right? But yeah,
Yeah, Zoom aja.
I know. Yeah, for us it's big. Ooh, that's the first one. I think a lot of, and 48 answer is not that bad. That's good.
Why multi-channel learning?
Ooh. So, Miss Tatum, you care to get off the screen? Let's just kidding. You're far from. Okay. So let's just move on. Okay. So because you actually love exploiting my learning method, it's not that bad. Let's move on. Right. Oh, Pertamax kan? It's Pertamax, man. Dang. See, I told you. Namamu, doamu, anak muda. Yazuka Shinasore. Yeah, no, sorry, I just back my English. Just move on. Next, second question. We have 7 in total.
Teacher and students present at the same time using video conference is called asynchronous, asymmetric, synchronous, symmetric.
I think the professor is scrolling. I think Tatum's made this one. Zero! Yay! Awesome! No man, seriously, don't answer symmetric, answer symmetric. Nah, just kidding. Let's go. So let's just move on again. Ooh, okay, so here's the no, Ashley is number 1. And Batman. Did I say it right? Okay, so let's move on. Third questions. The new and fresh learning method except bam. I think that's the
So
old
which
one.
one is new and which one is old?
Ooh, they're very fast. Oh, seriously? Wow. They know it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ching-ching. All right. So the discussion forum is actually an old version, but we just try to reactivate it. I know it's a little bit of a trick question, but then again, let's just move on. Don't think about it too hard. Okay. Who's on the scoreboard? And Bella's number 1 now. Wow. Ngantuk boy. Ngantuk menang boy. Next. Okay. Mantap cuy. Next, so we have the fourth one is a true and false.
Video conference of campus meant the students having a class from outside the classroom.
Is it true or false?
True or false? True or false?
They're very fast. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3. I think it's everyone. Just give it. Bam. And guys, please read it. It was the professor's trolling. Video conference of campus at Navia means the students having a class from outside the classroom. Well, it was the lecturer's perspective, but then again, it's just a troll question, honestly speaking.
That's
I
not a
put
real
it like
question.
No.
That is a
Just-
badly worded question. You're just tracking them.
I'm just, now, okay, see, I love this kind of a Kahoot scoreboard. It keeps changing. Okay, so Anand's congrats.
Anand is back to school.
Okay, Anand's screen is Zayanti, and the kids is actually good in MM for the one. Okay, so anyway, next. 5. Do and don'ts while joining Pico class. One of the do.
Turn your webcam. Use the connecting.
I know what you did, guys. You taped your webcam using that lakban, eh?
Yes, a bit to enhance your mood. You seriously have
Oh.
someone taping their camera?
Yes, a lot. Even me. Okay, that's a bit to enhance your mood. Yes, so
Yeah.
please don't tape your thing and use that avatar, obviously. We know that. So move on.
Actually, if you dress well, actually that really boosts your mood.
Cuy, Cikal. We have someone from preschool. No, just kidding. Okay, I love this. I thought Cikal no. It's Anin, Ray, Cikal, Anang, and you. Wow, you win.
Actually,
So I just move on. The 6th, 2 last question. PCA main functions. Woo.
reduce preconception, reduce take home assignment, change the learning method, and provide more videos. Oh, this is hard question. Hard option.
I think the green one is Tatum's answer. It's actually to help you guys. We try to reduce your take-home or homework assignment for a big SU. And it's no joke, guys. You will understand later on. If you actually have a class of 6 or 8 SU, that might mean, for example, a homework every twice or even 3 times in a week. You don't want that. So that's why we try to make it better using the VCA. By the way, VCA is video conference assignment. Okay. So we just move on. Last questions. Oh,
Last question.
Anis number 1. Okay, lit. Seriously, this is lit. Nice. Ngantuk's back in action. So last question. We'll see who's going to win. And last question is going to be
Blur. Okay.
Guys.
I can get an answer for what posting you playing. Yes, 2 or 4. If you don't reply or you don't post to the OL session, then you're going to be considered as absent.
Don't get distracted by memes, the memes I posted actually. all right. So it's actually 3. Nice. Let's see who are the winners. Bam. Podium. Bam, 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 bam. So, Chica. Nice. Ngantuk, let's go. First is. Oh my, Fauzan. Woo, silent killer. Congrats guys. Woo. Ini Lord Ngantuk, GG sih. Okay, nice, awesome guys. So congrats Fauzan, Ngantuk, and Cikal. Unfortunately, we don't really have any gift, or I don't know.
If you're here, we can give you chocolates, but you're not here. So.
No, I think Ngantuk want to go back to bed ya. As Miss Irma ya. If Miss Irma permit, we can permit. So okay guys. So after this will be Pak Yogis. Pak Yogis is actually online. Miss Tatum, can you double check with the? I'm just going to close.
Okay. So that's all for Seichi and me. Now we're going to do more sessions on the library. So remember, I said previously, do get your materials, do get your books, and the library got some of it.
Yep.
So we have Payogis.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. Okay, can we switch? Okay, Yogis. Yogis will explain on what kind of services available for you during this online learning situation when you cannot come to the campus, but you still can get your books and other materials from the library. Okay. Yogi, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss?
Yes?
Can we write a book? Can we write down on the book?
No. If you borrow something from the library, you need to keep it clean because you need to respect other people that is going to use that book the
After
following
you.
year.
Wait, I haven't preset this one.
Okay. Okay, Yogis.
Just start?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Yogi Swaraja Mika. Earlier this morning, Miss Yvonne, it's hardly to speak my name, my family name. Actually, it's made up by my father. My father is from Java and my mother is from Minangkabau. So, turns out my name become Yogi Swaraja Mika. It means Java Minangkabau. So it's combined of my father's ethnic and my mother's ethnic. But for now, there are 5 people with the Javmika's name on their last name. My brothers and sister, and also one of my daughter. Maybe if someday you bump into someone named Javmika, sure it will be my relatives. Because for now it's only 5. Maybe in the next 100 years, who knows? Maybe 1,000. So I will continue the legacy, the name that my father's made. So that's the background of my name. Anyway, my name is Yogi Swaraja Mika. You can call me Yogi. Previously I worked in Anggrek, Binus Anggrek for 7 years, I guess. And now I've been working in Library Senayan for 1.5 years. Okay. You can call me Yogi or Yogis, it's okay. Usually in Anggrek, they call me Pak, Om, or Bro. But in JWC, I see it's a little bit different because usually they call us Sir. So you can call me Sir as well. Well, as mentioned by Ms. Tatum before, I will tell you about the service that we provide, Library Knowledge Center, to support your study during in your study in JWC. Let me share you my screen. If you have any question, you can type down on the chat. Yeah. Okay. Is anyone can see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so basically there are six libraries in BINUS. So the first one is in Anggrek campus, at the first floor, and then in Kijang campus, it's around 1 kilometer from Anggrek campus, and then JWC campus, FX campus, Alam Sutra campus, and the newest one is Bekasi campus. So we have this kind of service named interlibrary loan services. It means that you can borrow books or collection from any of these libraries. So for example, your home is close to Anggrek campus, so you can just borrow from Anggrek campus. But you want to, let's say, return it in JWC campus. Yeah, you can return it in JWC campus, or vice versa. So you can borrow from JWC and you can return it in Bekasi or Alam Sutra, anywhere. So we call it interlibrary loan service. Now, in the new normal service hour, we open different for, I mean, every library has their own service hour. For example, Anggrek 8 to 7:30 p.m. and then the longest service hours is your campus, JWC. It's from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it's in the normal, but right now during the new normal, all BINUS library will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's only from Monday to Friday. But you're still not allowed to come directly to the library or the campus for now. Okay, if you want to know more about our library, you can visit the website. It's library.binus.ac.id. You can log in over there on the right side with your name, and the password will be the same with BINUS Maya password. So you can just type your name and then the password will be the same as BINUS Maya password. And you can also access the library website from BINUS Maya website. So you can just click the menu on the left side here and then click the library button, and then library's website will automatically open a new window. So the library website is basically its online public access catalog, means that you can access all our collection in our website. You can type here and then choose what kind of collection that you want to search. For example, there are books, case studies, multimedia, e-thesis, e-article, e-book, etc. For the e-collection, you can only access if you log into our website. Means if you not log in, you cannot access our e-collections. For example, e-thesis, e-books, e-article, e-journals. Now, if you want to search books or collections, I suggest you to use this advanced search to narrow your search. I will show you here. For example, you want to search research methods book, by Uma Sekaran. Maybe you will not use it in the near future. Maybe after 3 or 4 years you will need research methods book. You just choose the type of collection that you want to search, and then over here you can choose the title of the book or the collection, and then over here you can choose the author or the publisher of the book. So for example, here the title of the book is Research Method, and the author is Uma Sekaran. And after that you click submit, and this is the search result. So as you can see, there are some call numbers. It's called call number. You can search the book directly to the shelf, but if you cannot find the book, you can just tell the librarian. Once you can go back to the campus, of course. As you can see here, there is a location of the book. So if the location show is JWC, it means it's in JWC campus, and we have nine copies of the books, and for now on we only have 3 available. It means the others already borrowed by other users. Once you log into our website, to library website, you can see the detail of the books that you borrow here, the borrow date and the due date. If you want to renew your borrowing, you can just click the detail here and then renew. So you can renew the books one time. So after that, you have to return it to a library. Okay, it's the book borrowing privilege that you have. In the normal day, you can borrow 3 titles for 1 week, and the extension period is 1 week. But now you can, during this new normal, you can borrow the 3 titles for 2 weeks. And then after that, you can extend your borrowing for another 2 weeks. For 1 week. So you can borrow the printed book for 3 weeks maximum. And after that, you have to return first to the library, the nearest library, and then you can borrow it later after you return. So besides the printed books, we also subscribe some ebook collections. You can just, as I mentioned before, you can just type the title over here, and then you choose the type of the collection. For example, ebooks. In here, I choose the transforming the keyword. And then there are several titles will appear that match with your keywords, and then just click the title that is related with your need, and then a description will appear. Just click on few ebook, and then you can see the full text like this. For example, this one is from EBSCO, so you will be directed to the EBSCO website, and then you can read the ebook, and then you can choose between the PDF format and the EPUB format. Some of the ebook you can download it, but maximum number 10 page per login. So you cannot download the book, the whole chapter of the books, of course. Every book in the business library has different policy regarding the number of users who can access it at one time. For example, the previous book, transforming it something, only have 1 user can access at a time, but the other you can use it unlimited. It means that all users, all of BINUS library members can use it at the same time. So it's depend on the title of the books. Besides the books, we also subscribe some online journals. can we download the ebook? Yes, you can download the ebooks, but it's can only for 1 week or 2 weeks, depend on the ebook. So after 1 or 2 weeks, you have to re-download it because you cannot download it for a long time. Why would there be books that can only be read by one person at a time? Yes, because just like the printed version, the ebook also has their own policy. So that if we buy only one copy, it means yeah, only one user can access it at the moment. But if we subscribe the ebook that with unlimited user, so it means any of you can access it. Wait, technically we don't have to get any textbook at all. What do you mean? You mean you can buy the textbook by yourself, or you can borrow the book from the library. Okay, I will continue. Great. Here, so after you log in to our website, you can choose the My eJournal. Can we return a book in time when we already complete BINUS studies? Of course, no. You can only borrow the books for maximum 2 weeks, as I mentioned before, because there are some fines if you're not return the book on time. I will, just like I showed before, the fines will be increased each day. For example, if you at the first day, I will show you. Okay, I will show you again. Here. So if you if you have an overdue books in the first day until the 20th day, there will be the fines will be 1,000 rupees per day. But from day 21 onward, the fines will be 4,000 a day, and the maximum of fines will be 300,000 for the textbook, and then 400,000 for the tandem books. Tandem books means that the books that you can only borrow for 3 hours because it's limited. The textbooks, if the useful book, you can borrow it for 1 week. In the new normal, 2 weeks.
What did you see?
So the maximum
Mama,
2 weeks.
Mama.
Yes, 2 weeks. Because someone else might also want to read the book. Yes. Okay. So we also subscribe some eJournal to support your study, because usually in BINUS, if you write an articles or thesis, you need references to support your articles, right? So we provide some eJournals database to support your needs. And to access it, you have to log into our website. I will show you directly. Okay, as I mentioned before, you can log in with your name. In this case, I will log in with my employee ID. As I mentioned before, if you log in, you can see the obligation status of your borrowing. If you borrow some books, it will appear here, and if you have fines, it will appear here. If you want to access the eJournal collection, just click the My Library and then My e-journal collections. Voila, you can see the e-journal database that we subscribe. Aside from the e-journal database, we subscribe also the newspaper, like for example, Jakarta Post, Creative Review is magazine, and then Harvard Business Review is magazine also. For journal, you can see here, Emerald, EBSCO, mostly in business, Cengage. You can just click the link. I will show you, for example, EBSCO. If we access the journals, the database from outside the campus, you have to log in with the user ID and password that provided by us. You can see it here. For example, for EBSCO, the user name will be Binus LKC. The password will be Binus LKC _ percentage. Like this. So you can just click, for example, you choose EBSCO host research databases. You will be direct to EBSCO website. You can just choose the database that you wish to use. There are some ebook collection also in EBSCO database that you can access. After you choose or select all database, you can click continue. And you can just search any articles or ebooks that you want to search, like that. Is there any question regarding the online journals? The textbooks also the same maximums 2 weeks, yes. But you can renew the borrowing for 1 week. You can renew through our website. You can renew, but with note, you can renew as long as no one book the book. So if someone already booked the book, so you cannot renew the book. I will back to my slide. Okay, I already showed you this one. Like that, you can click the link and then use the username and password. Yeah, this one basically for now the newspapers, magazine, and e-journal that we subscribe. We have Harvard Business Review, Communication Art, The Economist, Creative Review, MIT Technology Review as magazines, and then Jakarta Post, Kompas, and Kontan for the local newspaper. For e-journals, you can see we subscribe these journals. During this new normal, we provide some online services that you can use. For the first one, reference services. Reference services, it means that you can ask basically anything about library. You can ask anything about library, and you can also ask our librarian to help you to, let's say, an article. It's too hard to find an article that supports your needs. You can ask our librarian to help you. You have to scan this barcode, or you can go to this https://id/reference, and you fill out the form, log in with your Binus email, and we will help you. Okay. If you wish to borrow the printed collections, you can use the book delivery service. It means that you can still borrow the printed books from your home. So you just fill out the form, and then our staff will validate and send you a notification, and then you can choose whether you want to use Grab or GoSend, or even we can deliver to, let's say if you stay in Bogor, you can ask us to send it to you with the GNT. You can just fill out the form first, and then we will send the books to you. And if you have any fines regarding the after you borrow the books, you can pay with GoPay. So if you have not installed the GoPay, you can install it now. You can pay fines with GoPay. And also, maybe in next week, we will implement this new service to you. It's borrowing by drive-through. It means you can directly come to campus, just like you go to the McDonald's or something like that. You can borrow the books, but you have to contact us first, and then once the book's ready, you can go to campus, text the book, and then that's it. But of course, you have to follow some protocols. If you want to know more details about this service, you can go to this link, bit.ly/LKC-drive-thru. It will be ready in the next weeks, I hope, to accept letters. We will inform you later if the service already ready. Okay, if you want to reach us, and you can contact us through these following channels: email or the telephone or WhatsApp. Is only for WhatsApp call. So if you want to call us, you can use the WhatsApp call, and you can follow us in Instagram to know about our news, information or announcements. You can check out in our Instagram, and you can also chat us through Line, Twitter, or Facebook. As I mentioned before, if you wish to buy the textbook by yourself, of course you can. We have a publisher, a distributor that collaborate with BINUS. It's called Spectra. You can directly call them. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, this one. You can call or chat to Spectra. There is a website, and then email, phone number, WhatsApp number, and also the Instagram. So you can check whether they have the book that you're looking for or no. But if you want to borrow from the library, it's okay. So I think that's it for me. If you have any questions.